kids, I probably would have given up a long time ago, because if you do it correctly, it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy. But with the kids that I had the great opportunity to coach, it was always more rewarding than I could ever give. Every athlete that decided cross-country or track was a sport they wanted to try had a positive experience, not just in how they improved as an athlete, but also to be around a group of kids that also cared about each other and also wanted to work hard. I tried to make the atmosphere a positive atmosphere where kids could work hard, produce something they could be proud of, and have memories that would last forever. I think we had a pretty fair legacy of not only success, but a lot of kids that went out for cross country. I always thought cross country should be more inclusive, not exclusive. That had some pluses and minuses along the way, but I think the end result was usually a family of kids that could care about each other, be proud of what they accomplished, and again, look back on something fondly from their high school years. I would hope anybody who takes the job after me would try to keep that same attitude in mind.
At first, definitely a mentor, but then more of a partner. And you just can't say enough about how much experience that he has had over the years, and made me a better coach just by watching him. Yet I felt we complemented each other pretty well too with our strengths, but definitely I learned a ton from everything that Mr. Portis has learned over the years, and from his wisdom.
It's always been really encouraging about whatever is going on in all of his athletes' lives, but just that you put in what you can and you have to be happy with the results either way they go.
I think my biggest challenge every year is to get kids to believe that they can do the content that I expect to deliver. When they first start out, some of them struggle, and I think they struggle because they have not learned how to study. They haven't learned how much time, perfection, at least, improvement takes, and I hope I teach them how to do that along the way. Because if you can teach a kid to have confidence and a strong work ethic and study habits, there's an awful lot you can teach them.
Well, first of all, not everybody can be Mr. Portis. He does what he does, it fits him perfectly. And I think the biggest thing that I can learn, I can never be him, but the biggest thing I can learn from him is to try to make a connection with individual kids. You can't just treat kids as blank slates out there. They're people, and I think that's the biggest thing of just getting to know people.
I've always thought my biggest success as a coach was when somebody would graduate from Gull Lake High School and continue to run, whether it was at the collegiate level or a local runner. And through the years, I've had hundreds of kids tell me about their collegiate experience, their club experience, things that they've done since high school. I've even had kids who, after high school, maybe put on a little extra weight and later on in life decided to dedicate themselves to running a marathon, and I was always pleased that they made a point of letting me know how that event went. In academics, I think in a similar aspect, I've always been very gratified by the number of kids that have taken chemistry here at Gull Lake High School and gone on to a career that included chemistry, whether it's a doctor, a pharmacist, especially the chemistry teachers we have scattered around the country.
That he's shown us that if you really want to succeed in something, you have to put in the work. There's no excuse for not doing what you should and then not being happy with what you get, because you know you could have done better.
I think Mr. Portis has a unique intensity and a unique approach to that, and a unique talent that it's hard to emulate. I think a lot of the rest of us can only just try to use parts that work for us.
Way too much I've learned from those kids to ever give any kind of synopsis like this. I've learned how to care. I've learned how to put everything you have into an event with hopes of getting return. I've learned that however much you love, you're always loved back further and much more deeply than you can ever imagine. There's just too many things I've learned in the past 40 years to get in some simple video, I'm afraid.